What's up, guys? So, years ago, I made a video called Why Are Gay Guys So Mean? And it was basically a video about my experiences with other gay guys, whether on apps, whether in real life at bars, whether gay friendships that I've had, where I've noticed this like mean streak that gay guys will often have. To this day, it's one of my most viewed videos on a daily basis. It's so funny to me that that video still to this day gets views every day because it's such a specific topic. And as I'm sure many of you know, if you're subscribed to my channel, my videos that perform best are the travel videos. People like to know what it's like as a gay tourist in different places around the country, different places around the world. But that video, out of the non-travel videos, is probably my most viewed video consistently. And I think what that points to is that this is a thing people relate to. And that's even cooler to me that I've made videos. There are videos that I've put out sort of just asking the question or trying to start the conversation, or maybe even for cathartic purposes, sharing like, this is how I feel. And when you realize that a lot of other people feel that way too and relate to that, there's something really special about that, I think. As sort of a follow-up or part two to that video, which I'll link in the description box in the comments in case you haven't seen it and are curious. It's a much older video. I think it was the first year I had a channel, so I look different in that video. My setup and lighting is not great. Not that this setup is amazing. I'm literally in my hallway, but this is where I get the best lighting in the entire apartment. So here we are. Anyway, as sort of a part two to that video, something I've been thinking about recently is, more specifically, is it really just an issue of gay guys being mean to other gay guys? Like, do gay guys treat each other differently? And is that kind of at the core of this issue of gay men who are just mean? I do think, I have heard women say, and you'll see that in the comments of the other video, that there are women who kind of complain about this too, who have observed that their gay friends will be kind of harsh with them, judgy and so on, or bitchy even. But I do think there's something specific about the way gay men treat each other. I've noticed before a competitiveness. I've noticed a judginess between gay guys, which I think comes from a place of like projecting, right? Projecting, deflecting. And I think the competitiveness thing too is like a bitterness of, you have XYZ and I don't have it, and I'm bitter that you have it and I don't. And of course, the classic thing too, that I've also experienced, is gay guys who start being mean to you or rude to you when they realize they don't have a chance with you. I've had friendships in the past that I thought were genuine friendships, and I've made videos about this on this channel. But then after a while, I realized this person, the dynamic has changed, and this person doesn't want to hang out with me anymore, or really is not that nice to me anymore. And eventually I realized like, oh, they had an agenda the whole time. But when I really think about it, I feel like you could say that about any group, right? That's a very common stereotype with women too, right? That women are catty to each other, competitive with each other, they can be judgy towards each other. But with men, they have a different dynamic because they don't sense a competition, or like their insecurities are more amongst each other sometimes. And I think you could probably say the same thing about straight men too. If they're competing for the same, if they have interest in the same woman, let's say in a friend group, like that could create tension. So then I'm like, maybe it's not just a gay specific thing. Maybe all groups and all like sub communities are like this. I mean, in America, the concept of colorism is a well-known thing. Within minority groups, like within Black America, colorism is a well-known phenomenon, that there are Black people who will be judgy and bigoted towards other Black people if they're more dark-skinned or if they're lighter-skinned. So maybe this is just, every community has this, and I've just noticed it more with gay people because that's part of my experience on this earth. But I am curious what you guys think about this. Is this something you've noticed? What are your thoughts on it? And do you feel that gay men tend to treat each other differently versus straight men, versus how they treat straight women, and so on?